Hey, so I wanted to continue a video on the liver, and I wanted to discuss when the liver isn't working as well as it should. I'm reading from Understanding the Messages of Your Body by Jean-Pierre Barral. He's an amazing, unfortunately, he's passed now. He's an amazing hands-on therapist that could, he actually was in an auditorium once giving a speech, and he got somebody to stand up, and he could tell just by scanning their body at a distance, never knowing who they are, could tell what surgeries they had, what injuries they had, what health conditions they had, just by looking at them. So it's incredible what you can see in the body by reading somebody's face and their body language, especially with years of experience. It's really cool. So he wrote this book, Understanding the Messages of Your Body, and he talks about all the different organs and the emotions associated with them, and then things to look out for in your body that may directly correlate to your organs. So when the liver isn't working as well as it should, among the warning symptoms of a liver problem, you'll recognize a few because they'll seem so familiar. Others are more subtle, and even if you feel them, you may not be able to associate them with a particular organ. So the list he says here is headaches, eyesight problems, oily hair and dandruff, hypersensitive skin, a white and coated tongue. So in traditional Chinese medicine, when they get you to stick out your tongue, it's to assess your organs. They'll go, all right, so I finished eating an orange. I have a bit of white and coating on my tongue. Every once in a while, I can see some yellow in the corner of my eyes, just very, 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 very faint. So clearly, I haven't been taking care of my liver very well at times. Bad breath, perspiration. Of course, we're supposed to perspire, but if you perspire heavily, then your liver's trying to detox something. Hypersensitive sense of smell, sensitive gums, irritated mucosal membranes. So I'm just going to read this out. Irritated and congested mucosal membranes can lead to sinus infections, bronchial congestions, both of which can indicate a dysfunctional liver. Congested mucous membranes can cause snoring. Did you know that consuming alcohol or chocolate can cause a sinus infection in certain people the very next day or 2 days later, as well as a morning cough? Dark colored urine, like the color of very strong tea, a dull, muddy complexion, and physical fatigue. Insomnia, sleep that brings no rest, vertigo, difficulty with digestion, intellectual fatigue, a decrease in fighting spirit. And then he goes on to talk about liver people, poor eating habits. The liver sets off specific attitudes and emotional reactions. Of course, no single person has all the signs at once. When signs are present, it is to a varying degree. The liver is the main organ representing our inner beings and I self. So if you have a hard time knowing oneself, you have a lack of fighting spirit, bad moods and ill-being, prisoner of routine. I love my routine to an extent, but then I get really fed up with it. Dependency on the mother and on the past, bad memories, lack of self-esteem, that's a huge one. A tendency towards pessimism, fear of the future, so a bit of a victim mentality as well. Of course, this would correlate a lot to alcoholics. They have a low self-esteem a lot of times. Absence or decrease in creativity, a feeling of insecurity, fits of anger. Again, liver is associated with the emotion of anger. Greater susceptibility, little phobias, and depression. So there's a little list of liver issues, what you may be experiencing as symptoms, how it may present in you or others. Again, this is not medical advice. This is merely for entertainment. And from my side, I'm a massage therapist, so I do have some professional rights to discussing this, more in a somato-emotional release kind of way, or what I'm reading from the book. Yeah, so if you have any of those symptoms, or if you're experiencing a lot of anger, repressed anger, you can also, so not only do you see it as wrinkles here, when you don't contort your face, if you have these lines, then that typically indicates a liver issue or alcoholism within the family. Or if you have hooding here, like if you have that, especially in older age, you get that hooding over the eye, the excess skin, either eye, that also indicates repressed anger and resentment. So if you see any of that on yourself, or if you find any of the symptoms that I read from the book relevant, you may want to address some anger in your life.